When hope is gone, undo this lock and send me forth on a moonlit walk. Release restraint level 0. Hey kids, wanna see a dead body?
Hi guys, this is the Void of the Ravenclaw. Welcome back to another fanfiction story. We're going to start our story off where we left off last time. Clarion needed some sort of gemstone, red gemstone, from a museum in Gotham for his plan to release Trigon on Earth. Ezekiel doesn't know what's Clarion's endgame in this. He's just simply causing random bits of chaos wherever he goes. Ezekiel decided to let things play out to see what happens. He's curious how everything will end. Now that I have the gemstone, I can begin. It's just going to take me a while, maybe a few weeks, maybe 4 or 5. At the max. Not sure how a spell like this is going to take. These sort of things take time. So, in the meantime, I want you to go and keep the Teen Titan busy until I finish the spell. I can't allow them to catch on what we're planning to do. Would it be easier if I just knock out one is known as Raven, and bring her here? That would make things a little bit easier, but we still need a vessel. I don't want to use Raven. Catching this whole gemstone would be a completely waste of my time. And that task would be quite difficult. She's quite powerful herself in the craft. After all, she's the daughter of Trigon. She's nowhere near weak. Plus, the rest of the Teen Titans, I highly doubt they'll allow you to take her. I just want you to keep them busy. Even for me, it would be a challenging task. That being said, I don't know the extent of your power, so you probably could pull it off. But let's play it safe. At least for right now. Isn't that right, Tico? It's called Tico. That's his familiar name, but anyways, let's continue on. I'm expecting I could use this medallion to get there. Indeed, you just have to focus and picture the tower in your mind. Then the amulet should do the rest. I'll contact you when the spell is almost complete. Very well, Clarion. I will distract these Teen Titans while you're preparing the spell. Even though I highly doubt they will give me much trouble for being beings lesser than me. Maybe they could provide me with enough entertainment to make things interesting. I believe you now. Izuku pictured the Teen Tower in his mind as he opens the portal, as he steps through to find himself on top of a building not too far away from Teen Titan Tower. Izuku casually walked off the roof, as it begins to float down, as his shoes hit the ground softly, as he begins walking through the city. He immediately began to study the layout of the city near the Teen Titan Tower. The tower itself isn't strictly in the city. It's to the side where it's surrounded by a huge forest. They're in the city, but yet they're far enough where no one would would accidentally show up at their front door. Immediately, the city was covered in a thick black fog from the un from the sorry from the unknown Kryptonian, from his mere presence, giving the whole city streets a very creepy vibe. Izuku raised his arm and outstretched it in front of him. All the nearby fog begins to turn into a three-eye wolf of pure blackness. Let's give you a idea what these three-eye werewolves look like. I don't sense the presence of any of the Teen Titans in their tower. Locate them. As all the three werewolves materialize in a physical form, as they all run off in different directions in the city in the dead of night, Izuku body began to become black fog as he disappears. Sometime later, when he reappeared, as the fog begins to form near the location of one of the Teen Titans, black fog begins to form a humanoid body, revealing Izuku. As Izuku stares down to the lower streets while standing on the side of the top of the building, staring down upon Beast Boy as he's talking to the cops while the other police officers are arresting the criminal for breaking into the jewelry store. So he must be one of these Teen Titans. I could sense that. As as three of the wolves stand right next to Izuku on the ledge of the building. Attack. Immediately, the wolves begin to transform into a twisted version of a werewolf. Their body is a mixture between pure shadow and flesh, with a fiery tail and the capabilities to breathe fire. As all four of these abomination werewolves crash land on the street floor, immediately attacking Beast Boy and completely ignoring everyone else, while the monsters, while their master Izuku is staring down, watching the fight with a blank expression on his face, with his hands behind his back, staring down, while Beast Boy is fighting off his creations that he just made into existence. What the hell? As Beast Boy dodged one of the phantom werewolves by jumping backwards. What the hell? Oh great, werewolves! By the look of these guys, they mean business. And they kind of look creepy, like something that Raven would think of. Can we talk about this? As Beast Boy dodged a claw slash that was aiming for his head. I guess not. I just hope the rest of the team are not fighting these things as well. Knowing my luck, I'm probably the only one. I'm just talking to myself. Great. All of the phantom werewolves started to speak in unison. You are indeed unlucky, Teen Titan. Our master wants us to tear your skin, then feast on your organs, while you're screaming out in pain, while our master watches. Great, another crazy bastard. As he immediately pressed the emergency button on his Teen Titan communicator, as he calls up for backup immediately. Now, hopefully, they can get here before these things rip me to shreds. Or rips and tears me into several pieces. That would be so uncool. As well, as Beast Boy turned into several different animals, tried to fight these weird looking werewolves. Each time he thought he could land a hit. It seems like every time he attacks, he went right through the creatures, like they were made of smoke or fog. He did. While he's struggling trying to hit them, the phantom werewolves would simply laugh at his attempt to resist and begin to mock him the whole time. If it helps you, animal boy, we can stay still and see if you have any better luck, monkey boy. I'm gonna kick your ass. I guess we're having monkey tonight, brothers. Shut up and fight. That's enough, my phantom werewolves. Beast Boy watches the phantom werewolves turn back to their three-eye wolf forms. They seem to be stuck between a solid form and the fog form. Seen enough. You can return to the zone. Yes, master. The three wolves open a portal up to the phantom zone and jump through it. As the portal closed from behind them, leaving Beast Boy highly confused. What the hell? What's going on? Who are you? Are you a new member of Hive? I have no knowledge of this Hive you speak of, Shifter. Nor am I any part of organization. I don't socialize with lesser beings, normally. I'm simply here to gauge your strength. Teen Titan, prepare yourself. I highly doubt you'll give me much resistance. Hopefully you can give me enough resistance to make this somewhat interesting to me. I'll make this fair, Shifter. I will allow you to get one free shot. You have 5 minutes to give me as much damage as you can. As Izuku just stand there with his hands behind his back, with a blank expression on his face. I don't know who you are, but what you are, but it's your funeral. As Beast Boy change into a different animal, basically, let's just say a rhino or something like that, and attack Izuku, only to see Izuku dodging like he wasn't even trying, with his hands still behind his back in that same position. As Ezekiel would dodge him in each form he would take, irritating Beast Boy to no end. He could tell whoever this guy is, he doesn't think too highly of him. He tried turning into a bear, a lion, even a tiger, even a small bird. He still is unable to land a single hit off of him. Your 5 minutes is up. As Izuku flicked his finger on Beast Boy's forehead, making him go flying backwards into the building. Time's up, Shifter. Maybe that was a little too much. I didn't know these creatures were so delicate. Izuku immediately walked towards Beast Boy and head into the destroyed building. Then he grabbed the collar of Beast Boy's shirt and threw him out of the building as he skid across the street. When Izuku walked out of this destroyed building and walked where Beast Boy was laying on the ground, he wrapped his hands around Beast Boy's neck and lifted him up in the air. Pity, you weren't much entertainment. Hopefully your friends will provide better entertainment. So we finally meet Teen Titans. As Izuku turned around to see Robin, Cyborg, Starfire, and Raven, I got bored waiting, so I decided to play with this Shifter here for a little bit. You can have him. I'm done with him. As Izuku tossed Beast Boy over to them, as Starfire catches him in her arms. Who are you? Why did you attack Beast Boy? If I don't like your answer, I'm gonna hurt you. Who I am doesn't really matter, but I will give you a name, nevertheless. I am known as Ezekiel while I'm on Earth. Now the question is, now the question is, who am I going to fight first? After all, there's only one of me, and several of you. Ah, I got a solution to the problem. As fog begins to emanate off of Izuku's body as he curates copies of himself from the black fog, turning solid, as as you see 3 copies of you of himself that has some of his power, not much, but enough to fight enough to fight the Teen Titans. As Izuku immediately went towards Robin, the real Izuku, as the Phantom clones of Izuku rushed towards the other Teen Titans. Every time Robin would swing his staff, Izuku would gently catch it and yank Robin across the street, making him hit a parked car, breaking the car door in the process. As Robin rolls on the street, grabbing onto his right arm as it shattered from the direction he crashed into the car, his right arm was broken on that spot from the contact of the metal. As the rest of the Teen Titans are not any better condition than Robin. They have no broken bones, but that doesn't mean they're not hurt. With unable to land a hit against these copies, because each time they attempt to attack these copies of Izuku, their attacks would go right through it, like they were fighting fog itself. Izuku made sure not to injure Raven. She was the only one holding her own. Izuku watched her create a magical construct of a box and boxed in all of the clones inside it. So he decided to capitalize her focuses solely on the Phantom clones. As Izuku bolted towards Cyborg and dig his knee into his stomach, then Izuku flicks Cyborg with his finger in his forehead as he goes flying backwards into a couple of buildings. Then he turned around and kicked Starfire across the face as she goes flying off in the opposite direction, slamming into several buildings. As Robin has pushed past the pain by now and slowly approaching Izuku from behind, only for Izuku to turn around and nail and flick Robin in the forehead as he goes flying into the same car, leaving Raven the only one standing. She had no choice but to release the clones, considering the original has took out her entire team. As the magical construct disappear, as she gets into a fighting stance, ready to face him one-on-one, or four-on-one. Izuku snapped his fingers as the copies begin to dissipate into fog. Raven was Raven was quite confused why he dissipated his clones. Izuku simply walked away. Where do you think you're going? You hurt my friends. You think you're just gonna leave just like that? That's not gonna happen. I will not allow it. As he disappeared and reappeared and kneed her into the stomach, then grabbed onto her and slammed her into the ground. Know your place, daughter of Trigon. That left her speechless because of the pure mention of her father. Don't tempt my patience. If I didn't need you, you would be dead. As he lets go of her, "We will meet again, daughter of Trigon." As Raven watches Ezekiel turn into a black fog and scatter, as she had to get her friends some medical help before she could even think about what to do with this new adversary. And that's not including the whole deal that he mentioned her father. And Raven knew straight off the bat that he might look human, but he's not. She doesn't know what exactly he is, but she could already tell he holds power, very old power, and that terrifies her. After totally destroying the Teen Titans, he decided to give them some time to lick their wounds and to heal before he attacks them again. He wants to know what this hive is. He wants to he wants to see what hive really is. Is it a team or a thing, a food? He doesn't know. And maybe they could provide him with more entertainment than the Teen Titans. Ezekiel doesn't know why, but he just wants to find out he just wants to find out what the hive is. And if it's some sort of team like the Teen Titans, he wants to see how powerful they are. Some part of him just wants to test his abilities out of the zone, but he has plenty of time to experiment on that. But right now, he's more curious about the hive. After some time, Raven was able to lift everyone up and take them back to the tower, to the medical bay. As she waits for her team to regain consciousness after being wrecked, she still doesn't understand why he mostly left her unharmed. She has an extremely bad feeling about this. As you see the unknown Kryptonian materialize from the fog in front of a run-down building that some local street gang has been making this their home. He can't go to high straight off the bat because he doesn't know where it is. He needs some knowledge. So he figured these life forms should know of Hive or where they're located. He could easily mow down each of these humans to get what he wants, but he's going to do the most logical thing: talk to the locals. If they choose not to reveal their information, he'll just make them in very painful, horrible ways. "Hello, gentlemen. May I speak to your superior, or what do you humans call it, boss?" "Who the hell are you?" I pose no threat. I just wish to speak with your boss." "I'll send word if he wants to speak with you." As Izuku watches one of the guards members go into the building, a few minutes later, the gang member that went inside to notify the boss came back and he whispered to his friend ear. As the guard nodded, or the gang member nodded, "The boss will see you now. We're just gonna have to frisk you. Make sure you're not hiding any weapons." "Of course, I understand. Search your way." After patting down Izuku, they guide him through the building where their boss is located at. The moment the young gang leader noticed Izuku's presence, he felt Izuku's powerful presence the moment he stepped in the room. This gang leader is a rogue mage that uses magic to do crime when he was banished. He can tell right immediately this is not someone you don't want to cross, but he can't make himself look weak in front of his men. So if it has to come to violence, he will act, even though he knows he doesn't stand a chance against him. "I was told you wanted to talk with me. Name's Drake." You may address me as Izuku. What can I do for you? Please, sit down. Izuku sat down so he could hopefully have a civilized conversation. He's hoping this human doesn't cost him any or cause him any trouble. So what do you want to speak with me? You see, earlier tonight I was engaging the Teen Titans in a fight, if you could even call it that. They did mention something that I am interested in. I want to learn more. They mentioned something about a hive. I just simply I just want to know what is it? What is it or who is it? I know of the hive. It's run by Brother Blood. It's a younger villain team that fights the Teen Titans frequently. I don't know their exact numbers of their members, but what I've been told, they're a pretty big group. We normally don't socialize. We don't do business with Brother Blood. He gives me the weird. He gives me the willies. Thank you for your assistance. Do you happen to know where they're located? Located here. As he handed over a piece of paper with the address on it, with some very good directions. Thank you, I do appreciate it. I'm glad we could do this civilized. Gentlemen, you have a good night. As he turns into black fog and goes into the ventilation shaft, as he begins to flow, the smog begins to flow out of the vent on the side of the building. As he begins to change back into his solid form and begin walking down the street, placing the piece of paper in the piece of paper that has the address on it, in his front pocket of his suit. As he makes his way to Hive, in a steady pace, as he walks down the street nonchalantly, making sure he doesn't cause any suspicion. Other Blood is in his office, with the only light coming from the monitors, as he's watching footage from his students' training from earlier today, as he could sense something in the room. About time when Brother Blood was about to turn around, he saw a fog change into a young man. Who are you? How did you get past all my security? Before Brother Blood could before Brother Blood could say another word from his mouth, Ezekiel covered his mouth with his hand. Don't you dare question me, human. I like your school. I think I'll be taking it. As he shoved his hand into Brother's Blood chest, ripping out Brother's Blood heart, as he crushes it and throws it to the side of the room. As he immediately created three-eye phantom werewolves and activated the alarms, waking everyone from their sleep. Kill them all. And leave the stronger ones alive. Just kill the weak. Master. As the whole pack of phantom werewolves run out of Brother's Blood office and begin to slaughter everyone that had the unfortunate experience to cross their path, ripping through students one after another, until there were no weak ones left, leaving nothing but the strong students standing. Ezekiel finally made his way out of the office as he walks across the school, as he entered a humongous classroom, as he sits on a desk watching the phantom werewolves, or wolves, fight Mammoth, Jinx, and Gizmo. Whatever type of control Brother Blood had on his students is no longer there. After all, Ezekiel killed Brother Blood personally. So they're no longer under what mind control they were under. That's enough. Yes, Master. Return to the zone. The three the three of them managed to survive. I'm surprised you survive. You have earned your life. As all the werewolves begin to portal back to the Phantom Zone. Who are you? Yeah. What the big side? Sorry. Yeah. What the said. Big guy said, basically. Also would like to know who you are. Were you the one who freed us from Brother Blood, from messing with our minds? I had no knowledge he was controlling you. But yes, I am the one who in Brother Blood. I liked the school, so I took it. What exactly do you want? I sent my wolves across campus to test if any members of this hive was worthy. Originally, personally, I wanted to kill everyone in here, but I changed my mind. I could tell right off by just looking at the three of you. You're different from the rest. I'm going to be taking over this hive, and I want to recruit the three of you. What if we refuse? You're free to do so. I have no intention of harming the three of you any further than I already have. Let's just say we accepted. What will you have us do exactly? Just to keep the Teen Titans busy. But this place needs a bit of a redecorating. As he stomped his foot onto the ground, as the structure of the hive begins to change, as they get teleported to a pocket dimension that he just created by his stomp, as the whole Hive Academy, well, they think they are, morphed into a black castle, but the real Hive Academy is still there, but everyone was transported to their new base of operation. Oh, that's wicked. I don't know about the others, but I'm definitely in, boss. What are you gonna do, Mammoth and Gizmo? It seems like we're gonna be focused on our Teen Titans. So I'm in. I have to, I have to give some payback to that cyborg. Why not? I have nothing better to do. Round all of the survivors in the courtyard. Then I can direct you to what's going to come. Welcome to Phantom Academy. I guess I'll be taking as the role as the headmaster. You may refer me as Headmaster Izuku. You might have noticed your surroundings have changed. Please, look out the window. You're right. Where are we? We're still in the same location, and not at the same location at the same time. I brought a little bit of a home to make this pocket dimension. I just found I'm able to do that a couple seconds ago. I'm still learning all sorts of new tricks. The other side, Hive Academy, looks like the same on the other side, but their domain is completely empty. Their their bodies are still there, but that's it. That's it. Some serious mojo. And the way back to Earth is a portal. Well, as a decent sized mirror that you could travel between this pocket dimension and Earth when you do your missions. It's in the bigger chambers in the castle. This is where you be going through to start your missions, like I said prior. Once you gather everyone up, I'll explain a few things. You're dismissed. You're dismissed. A few minutes later, everyone was gathered up in the courtyard as Ezekiel began. As Ezekiel, appeared in form of fog first, then begins to shift into materializing a human shape, surprising all the students. Ezekiel could hear a Mammoth, Jinx, and Gizmo gasp from their sudden appearance of their new headmaster. I see there was quite a lot of you that did survive. I originally came to Hive to kill every single one of you, but I had a change of heart, so I decided I was going to take over this school. And your old headmaster, Brother Blood, is dead. I killed him myself. Now I'm the one in charge. You could either call me Headmaster Izuku or Sir. If any of you don't want to be part of this, you can leave on your own occur. You will be unharmed, of course, but your memories will be erased. After a few minutes after he said that, no one left. Good. We will be starting your trading immediately. I need to know what y'all can do. We can begin preparations to confront the Teen Titans to a later date. They're licking their wounds right now, currently. What do you mean, Headmaster? Were they defeated? Of course they were defeated. I was the one who injured them in the first place. I just wanted to see their capabilities. I could have easily killed them, but I chose not to because they're meaningless to me. But I must keep them busy while my ally is prepping the spell. And nor will I reveal his or her identity. It's important that we keep them busy. And the girl, one with the black cloak, the ones known as Raven, as a replica version of Raven, made from fog, appears in the sky, so everyone can see her. Raven of the Teen Titans. She has to be kept alive. She has a role in the greater schemes of things. If you encounter her, feel free to try to defeat her. But just keep in mind, she must be kept alive. Outside of that, I really don't care. Alright, everyone. Go back to your new dorms. There's plenty of rooms to call your own. I'll see you in training tomorrow morning. Izuku made his way back to the main room. The main room he'll be using as his office. As he sits behind the desk and swipe his hand, as fog begins to circle around his hand and start to form a shape of a mirror, as the mirror comes into existence. As he placed the small mirror on the desk, Clarion, this is Izuku. I wasn't expecting you to contact me through this method. Seems like you're learning magic. Nice. I was hoping you would contact me. So how things at on your end? I introduced myself to the Teen Titans. The girl is unharmed, but the rest of the Titans are a little bit worn out. I gave them a good beating. I've taken over one of the villain teams known as Hive, and I turned it into my own academy, Phantom Academy. I figured I would use the name from the Phantom Zone, for the academy itself. When I have them ready, I'll be sending them out to fight the Teen Titans non-stop. What's your progress? Taking a little bit longer than suspected. I'm dealing with old magic, so it's time consuming. I should have the spell ready in about 3 weeks. When the spell starts, we just We just need to place the gemstone onto a potential host for Trigon to inhabit. Activate the spell. The gem will transfer Trigon to the gem. Then whoever's sorry, who's ever attached to this gem will become Trigon's new body. I'll leave that up to you. My hands are kind of tied at the moment. I'll find one, but none of my students. Students, huh? You did mention you take over a school. That's interesting. The thought of you... the mere thought of it. It's interesting. Nevertheless, I'll contact you once I have everything ready. Broke contact. A week has passed. Ezekiel, since he reclaimed himself as the headmaster of Hive Academy, that he turned into Phantom Academy. Each of his new students went through the Kryptonian method of training. He learned quite a lot about the training that Kryptonians goes through because of the memories of General Zod. Every member of the old every member of the old Hive students have some form of Kryptonian fighting style under the belt, making the Phantom Academy students more dangerous. Even Jinx adapted a few styles into her normal fighting style. Like normal, she became the best student of the academy, even though Ezekiel's the only one teaching. As he gathered up the first team that's going on a 3-student team, it's going to be his top students, Jinx, Mammoth, and Gizmo. Alright team, your first mission will be pretty easy. This is a simple, good old-fashioned theft. Apparently, according to the intel I got through my Phantom clones that I scattered all around the city, LetsCorp just opened a new building in the city apparently. He's been branching out of Metropolis. He can't outright build a city in Gotham City because of the Waynes. Because of Bruce Wayne. But that doesn't really matter. There's some sort of prototype weapon in that building. I don't know what it is, but I want you to infiltrate the building and steal the prototype. If it's too big to travel, contact me and I'll send a couple of my wolves. Done, Headmaster. We'll get it done, Headmaster. When Gizmo noticed the Headmaster walk away, as he could finally speak without being overheard, kiss ass. Excuse me, what did you just say? You're a teacher's pet. Kiss ass. Stuck up. Suck up. Shall I go on? You can't blame a girl. Our headmaster, he's just that awesome. And I wouldn't mind being punished by him. I pretend I didn't hear that. For pause, this is only one ship, so it's Talia al Ghul. So to let you guys know, she's way too young for him anyway, so let's continue on. Shut up, you two. Let's start this mission. About that mammoth? I was just having fun with Gizmo over here. You're right, we should get our head on straight. Let's get this prototype weapon for the headmaster. Mammoth, don't get me wrong. Our new headmaster is pretty impressive. Don't you think Jinx is a little obsessed over him? I'm not touching that Gizmo. Jinx has always been weird. It's probably some sort of crush or infatuation. You just have to ignore it. I plan to. Jinx is too busy enjoying her fantasy in her head to pay attention to Mammoth and Gizmo talking, as all three of them step through the portal and come out the other end in a random room in the Hive building where they used to stay. As all three of them made their way out of the Hive building, let's get going, boys. According to the headmaster, The next building shouldn't be too far away. Maybe a couple blocks. The three of them finally made it to the building as they burst through the back door of the building, or the building exit. And the first stop was the security room. After they brutally knock out all the security guards while in the room, while they're doing that, tying people up and such not, Gizmo shut off all the security grid. As they made their way out of the security room to the lower levels, using the only elevator in the room or in the building that only goes down. The team walked into the next room after they got out of the elevator, and there's nothing but a long hallway and some stairs leading down further at the end of the hallway. As they finally walk through the hallway and begin to walk down the stairs, once they walk down the flight of stairs, they entered another hallway leading to some sort of lab. As Jing's eyes widen as she stares at someone in some sort of stasis tank. It's some stasis pod. That's not what I was expecting. I didn't think the prototype would be a person. Don't know who she is, but we should get her back home, Gizmo. You have any ideas? Okay, I'm gonna give you a little rundown. This technically is Superboy, but gender shift to a female, making her the daughter of Lex Luthor after he used Clark's DNA in his to create Superboy. She technically wouldn't be called Supergirl because that's someone else's title, but I'll think of a name for her later. But let's continue. Could definitely separate her from the main power source. There's enough equipment here to make a temporary power source generator. So whatever she is, she doesn't wake up, but it won't last forever. Contacting the headmaster. As he pressed the earpiece on his ear, headmaster, we have located the prototype. Orders. Is there a problem, Mammoth? About that, sir, the prototype is not a thing or some sort of invention. It's not even a gun. It's not even a device. It's a person, a girl. There's nothing down here besides the chick that's in the stasis tank. Interesting. I'll be right there. Before Mammoth could relay what he just heard from the headmaster to the rest of his team, Ezekiel came through a foggy portal. Good job, students. Now, what do we have here? It kind of looks like Superman a little bit, despite the wrong gender. No matter, I will figure out who she is. We're going to be taking her back to the academy. What are you able to do, Gizmo? I'm already making a temporary power source, so we could disconnect it without her waking up. It won't take long, Headmaster. Seed, can you carry her, Mammoth? Or can he carry it, Mammoth? It looks pretty heavy, but I believe I could handle it, Headmaster. I'll keep the portal open. I'm already having my phantom clones get your workshop ready for our new friend here, Gizmo. Sir. No problem, Gizmo. You are indeed quite intelligent. I read the reports from Brother Blood. I have no desire to hold you back like he did. I will embrace your superior mind to compare to the other of your species. Sir, may I ask, what are you planning to do with her? This one is going to be very important for my plans. I think I found myself the vessel. You don't need to worry about that. I'm extremely pleased by your team's performance. Of course, sir. Thank you, sir. I would never want to disappoint you. Glad to hear that. Why don't you go and help the rest of your team? On it, sir. As she goes over to help Gizmo and Mammoth. As he pulled out the amulet, I just want to let you know, Clarion, I found the vessel. Perfect. Who is it? He or she? Doesn't matter. I'm not totally sure yet. I think Les Luthor created some sort of clone of Superman. I won't know until I get the prototype back to the academy. I'll keep you updated on my progress. Then he broke connection with Clarion. As he put the amulet back in his jacket, or his suit pocket, they are finally done as they begin to transport the young woman, or the young girl. That would have been known by Superboy and the other Earth, but this Earth, she is not a guy, she is a she. As he takes the female Kryptonian into his pocket dimension that he created from the core essence of the Phantom Zone into his pocket dimension. The only difference between the pocket dimension and the Phantom Zone, that everyone has a physical body in his pocket dimension. Every day, Ezekiel is learning new things about his power, what he can and cannot do. He does find it very odd and very suspicious that he has knowledge of magic and spells that he doesn't remember having in the first place. Information about magic disappeared in one of his head in one day while he was guarding the Phantom Zone. He's never had a reason to try it out till now. That's where we're going to stop him. Hope you have a good day or night, depending on your time zone. I'll catch you in the next video.